Feel it.
What's going on there, people? All right, this is the DEWALT Brushless 60 volt max chainsaw, the DCCS670. Comes in a kit with a FLEXVOLT battery that is a 9 amp hour in the 20 volt max platform and a 3 amp hour battery in their 60 volt platform. You also get the DCB115 charger. I'm pretty impressed with it. It's definitely their best FLEXVOLT outdoor power equipment tool that I've played with. You know, I did a review on their blower, which is probably one of the worst blowers that I've ever used. The string trimmer, just played around with it a little bit. Way too heavy. Way too heavy to be used. You know, compared to these other lithium-ion trimmers out there. Nothing to write home about, but this is a great tool from DEWALT. You know, if you're looking at maybe getting one of these DEWALT chainsaws, you know, a lot of people have been saying, yeah, should I get the new 60 volt, you know, the new FLEXVOLT chainsaw or their 40 volt? I would definitely go with this one over their 40 volt. For one, it's pretty much the identical chainsaw, except two different batteries are powering it. Obviously, you got the FLEXVOLT 60 volt, and you got their 40 volt powering their 40 volt chainsaw. But the versatility of the FLEXVOLT battery is what separates them. And not only that, it's like $50 cheaper. I mean, you might be able to find it, you know, around the same price as this. Amazon has the cheapest price on this chainsaw. I'll put a link below if you're interested. But Lowe's and Home Depot, I believe it's $349 at Home Depot and Lowe's, and I think it's $329 on Amazon. But it's a great chainsaw, guys. You know, again, I recommend it over their 40 volt, again, because, you know, yes, their FLEXVOLT platform isn't huge, but it is growing. You know, that 40 volt platform, there's only 5 or 6 tools on it. And besides the pole hedge trimmer, there's nothing in that 40 volt platform I would recommend at all. They're either way too heavy or just way too expensive. And, you know, and I'll be honest with you, I still recommend their 20 volt platform for a lot of stuff. Yeah, their string trimmer, you know, a little outdated, so to speak, and only has a 13-inch swath compared to some of these new you know, the Milwaukee trimmer, 18 inches, 16 inches. You know, you can take the little guard off. You know, with the DEWALTs, you really can't. So when they say 13 inch, that's pretty much 13 inch. But let's talk about the chainsaw. I'm pretty impressed with it, guys. You know, real powerful chainsaw. You got an Oregon blade on it, 16 inches. You got this DEWALT cover on here. It's 16-inch, 40-centimeter Oregon chain. Really breezed through the stuff I threw at it. You know, it's only 12.5 pounds, so it's pretty light, you know, for a 16-inch. It's really well balanced. You know, definitely the best tool in this FLEXVOLT outdoor power equipment line that DEWALT has. As you remember, I did the review on their blower. It was probably the worst blower I've ever used. Not only power-wise, but runtime-wise and weight-wise. I mean, just horrific. So I'm glad. And you know what the thing is, guys, too? Chainsaws are really good with lithium-ion technology. They've been around for over 10 years. You know, Ryobi's been putting them out for such a long time. You know, hedge trimmers, and chainsaws, as I've been saying for the last year, are just really good for this lithium-ion platform. But this chainsaw does not disappoint. Like I said, 12.5 pounds. This is where the battery goes. Now this, like I said, comes with a 9 amp hour, 3 amp hour FLEXVOLT battery. You can use the 2 amp hour, 6 amp hour FLEXVOLT battery. We'll make it a little bit lighter. Real simple to use. What's great about it too is this thing is ready to go right out of the box. The chain is put on. There's just a little zip tie going through this little hole here to, you know, block the trigger from moving. You got that same grip that's on pretty much all the DEWALT power tools. You know, right here is their first brushless impact driver. As you can see, very similar. Like I said, really well balanced, really comfortable. You know, it's really not that expensive for what you get. You know, whether it's $329 or $349. You know, you're going to pay a premium for lithium ion over gas. But as you can see, this thing, I mean, I was pretty surprised. I really wasn't. You know, I knew this, you know, DEWALT makes some pretty good chainsaws out there. You know, they're the most aggressive in this market. Makita just came out with a new one. You know, they're 14-inch, which I do recommend over this chainsaw. Not that this isn't bad. Not that this isn't good, but I just think the Makita is a little bit more refined. I like the Makita's blade chain tightening system better. This is a little weird. It's not bad, but I just like the Makita's one better. You know, you loosen it up and then you just turn it here. You got a plus and you got a minus. So if you want to tighten it, you turn it this way. You want to loosen it, you turn it that way. So it's pretty simple to use, but I just like the Makita better. Again, with the Makita, you get metal teeth that come out here to protect you a little bit in case you get some kickback. You don't have anything here with the DEWALT, and their 40 volt doesn't have it either. So right here is your oil reservoir. Just to let you know, this chainsaw does not come with chain oil, so you got to buy that separately, or if you have it, you got to add it to it, but it does not come with it. Like I said, Oregon bar and chain. You know, real clean cut with this chainsaw. You know, really not too much to go over. The safeties right here, I do like this better than the Makita. This is the one thing I would say I like better. Like I said, I think the Makita is a more finished chainsaw, a more refined chainsaw, just a better built. You know, it's just a real solid chainsaw. Not saying this isn't, but you know, all around, I mean, you're going to pay a little bit more for the Makita, and that's only a 14-inch. But I'll be honest with you, I think the Makita cuts a little bit better than this one. You know, it's real close, guys, but, you know, if I had a gun to my head, I would go with the Makita. I just like it better. It's lighter. I think it's a little bit more powerful. And, you know, with their system, the one thing I'm going to complain about too, and I made a little post on Instagram about it, is I have no idea why DEWALT is giving you a 12 volt, 20 volt charger with a 60 volt tool. Yes, you know, there's not a specific 60 volt charger, but with all of, you know, DEWALT's other FLEXVOLT tools, you get their rapid charger. And for some reason, with their outdoor power equipment line, it was the same thing as with their blower. They give you the DCB 115. You know, you're spending $350 for this kit, and you know, you got to wait almost 2 hours to completely charge this battery. I mean, it's terrible. You know, that is the biggest drawback of this chainsaw. You know, the chainsaw as itself works awesome. Again, I wasn't surprised by the power of it. I was surprised on how balanced and how comfortable it was to use. You know, I do recommend it. If it's available as a bare tool, I would go that route. But then again, it's not real easy to get these batteries, so you almost have to get it in a kit. But yeah, I think it's very cheap of DEWALT not to throw in their rapid charger. You know, the thing with this chainsaw and with every chainsaw, now in that video that you saw before this little review here, you know, I did probably 2 minutes of cutting. All right. Nothing major. 2 minutes of cutting. And this was a fully charged battery. Now, yes, I was cutting some big, thick wood, and the Makita would be the same way. You know, chainsaws just use a lot of their power running a tool like this. It takes a lot of, you know, power, battery power to run a chainsaw. So to have the DCB115 as your charger, you know, you cut for 10, 15 minutes and you only have one battery that comes with this kit. You got to wait 2 hours to charge this battery. I mean, yeah, you know, if you had the rapid charger, you know, it would still be an hour, but, you know, an hour, hour, 15 minutes, whatever it takes to charge the 9 amp hour battery with the, you know, with their rapid charger. But with this charger, it took over 2 hours, and this already had 1 bar on it. So I think that's a pretty, you know, shady thing by DeWalt. I don't know. You know, it's about, you know, that's the thing with Makita. You know, they don't, and I'm not saying it because I'm a Makita guy, you know, or a Milwaukee guy or a Bosch guy, but it always seems like DeWalt chintzes on their kits or on something with their tools. You know, Makita, yeah, you're going to pay a little bit of a premium. With Milwaukee, you know, they're priced pretty similar to DeWalt, but you know, with their kit, which is I think $369, and you got to remember, you get an angle grinder with that kit. You get this dual charger that, you know, charges a USB. It has a USB outlet, so you can charge your phone or laptop, and you get 2 5 amp hour batteries. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's a better deal with the Makita, and I think it's a better performer. But it's really about the DeWalt here, and if you're in their FLEXVOLT platform and you can get this as a bare tool, or if you have a couple of their batteries, it's not really a big deal. You know, with the kit, you might be okay. You know, you got 2 fully charged, but the batteries, what, and the same thing with the blower. I did a whole little, you know, just get my anger out on why, you know, they're putting an old, dated charger for their 60 volt products. I don't know why they're not including the rapid charger in it. If you got to add $30 to the price, you know, if this was $379, I think people really wouldn't complain, to be honest with you. At least I wouldn't be complaining, but I don't know what their deal is. But it's a great chainsaw. I highly recommend it. You know, if you're deciding on getting a lithium ion chainsaw, you might have been into gas before. You want something a little bit smaller. You want to get away from the 2-cycle and all that. This is definitely should be on your checklist. You know, I would prefer, or I'd recommend the Makita. Again, I think it's just a little bit better refined tool. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, and I think you get the same cut quality. And again, you're going to get 2 5 amp hour batteries, which you can use for your drills and miter saws and all that good stuff, circular saws. And it's just a bigger platform. You know, the FLEXVOLT platform, it's not that big right of yet. But, you know, if you love DeWalt and you're looking for a chainsaw, this is definitely a thumbs up from me, and I recommend it. It's a great tool. Any comments, questions, let me know, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.